Green Day says, the American dream is killing me. But is it the American dream that's actually dead? The American dream being a good, well-paying job, starting a family, buying a home, being able to buy a car and go on vacation, generally doing better than our parents did, is something that's been a focal point of the American society and an aspiration for young people, not only in the US, but often around the world. People thought if you worked hard, you could succeed and have everything you ever wanted. This used to generally be true, but these things are no longer attainable for most people. Jobs don't pay enough, everything is too expensive, and people aren't even having kids like they used to. The American dream is dead. In the past, young people would strive to achieve the American dream as they grew up. America was a land of opportunity, and the goal was to be upwardly mobile and have a better life than your parents and grandparents. Kids were told that if they worked hard, they could achieve almost anything. And for the most part, it was true. Past generations were more educated than their parents. They got good jobs after college, made more money, bought bigger houses, and had families. They were able to take vacations and spend money on wants rather than only necessities. Especially for those who had grown up during the Depression or whose parents had grown up during the Depression. Hard work really did pay off. For younger adults, however, this is not necessarily the case. This is because the key to achieving the American dream is money. You need to have enough money to buy a house, get married, have kids, buy cars and clothing, go on vacations. You can't move up in society if you don't have the money to do it. In the past, it was easy to get a job and support a family with just a high school diploma or a 4-year college degree. This is exceptionally rare now. Even with a bachelor's or master's degree, success and financial security are not guaranteed. Many people are still being fed the lie that hard work pays off, and if you give it your all, you'll succeed. That if you go to college, you get a well-paying job, you'll do well in life. Nowadays, however, it is not a given that working hard in school will result in a high salary with a big house, kids, pets, multiple vacations a year. Many people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s feel that they will never be able to afford these things. These people are largely college educated, but still cannot find upper-level, well-paying jobs in their fields. They're renting instead of buying homes because mortgage rates and house prices are too high, but rent takes up too much of their salaries to afford to save for a down payment, putting off marriage and kids, or possibly even just giving up on the idea of that in general. For older generations, however, it was far easier to find a good job with just a college degree, even without one sometimes. These jobs do not exist anymore. Additionally, many older workers who have already achieved these higher positions in companies, along with their associated higher salaries, are working longer and occupying the positions that would otherwise have been available to younger workers. Many young workers need to work more than one job just to afford high rents in certain locations, leaving even less time for them to meet future partners. They also need to live often with roommates, making starting a family even more difficult. These difficulties leave many young Americans feeling like there is no hope in escaping their current situation. Additionally, adding to the difficulty in achieving financial security is the student loan crisis. Many students needed and still even do need to take out student loans to pay for college and grad school. Many people have been paying off loans for over a decade and still owe almost as much or possibly more than they originally did. Many people feel they will never be able to repay their loans, and these massive loans limit the amount of money younger Americans have to spend, especially when the starting amount isn't a lot to begin with. Inflation, a lack of affordable health care, a lack of affordable and reliable child care if people do have kids, and the need to work long hours, which reduces opportunities to socialize and to meet people, also contribute to the challenge of achieving the American dream. It's hard to tell if the American dream will ever be achievable again in the future. Will things get so bad that there's nowhere for future generations to go but up, allowing them to once again have a better life than their parents, setting up a situation where hard work will once again pay off? Will the American dream be limited to the socially elite who've hoarded society's wealth and are set up for a better life from birth? those for whom the dream is a virtual guarantee, or has the American dream been rendered unrecognizable with no hope for resurrection? Will this generation and the one after it have no place to go because up is completely occupied? In the meanwhile, will people kill themselves in pursuit of something that no longer exists and is no longer attainable, working day and night, foregoing small pleasures and happiness, all in search of the two kids in the house with the white picket fence? If we don't change things to make college and housing more affordable, if good paying jobs aren't available to younger workers, if healthcare and childcare aren't readily available, it is less likely that the American dream will once again be within reach of most younger adults. If these changes aren't made, people could then afford to achieve the American dream. If not, the American dream is most certainly dead. If that is the case, we need to accept that it is gone. Otherwise, we will continue chasing something that is no longer anything more than a pipe dream. Like Green Day said, they promised us forever, but we got less. The American dream is killing me, and we killed the American dream.